All right, what's going on, guys? Farzin Vasugian here with you to recap the first half between the Chiefs and the Chargers. Probably the most lively first half, really the most exciting first half we have seen in a Chiefs game this year. Bit of an up and down game, some good, some bad. What did I tell you? I said before the game, and I said on the podcast this week, this is going to be the toughest test for the Chiefs defense. This so far has been one where the Chargers have been able to find some cracks against Kansas City's defense, and Kansas City's defense has also been able to do some things against the Chargers offense. But let me start with the Chiefs offense, because what a game. Patrick Mahomes has 321 yards. For all the people who said Patrick needs the refs and the defense, I don't know, man. Looks like Patrick's doing just fine today without the defense's help. 321 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. And this is a halftime stat line, okay? This is, if anyone else has a stat line like this for a game, everyone thinks this is an amazing stat line. This is just the first half stat line. Tony Romo was kind of joking around, but not really, that he's on pace for more than 640 yards. Man, he's got a chance. Now, it all also depends on if the game remains close or not. Obviously, the Chiefs will kind of, Andy Reid, he'll always slow things down in the fourth quarter if the Chiefs have a big lead. The running game is a non-factor today. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has 1 carry from negative yardage, and Isaiah Pacheco 5 runs for 14 yards. But in a game like this, where you're facing the worst pass defense in the NFL, one of the worst defenses in the NFL in general, yeah, I'm okay with them going pass heavy on this one. This is probably going to be a game where Isaiah Pacheco is going to have more of a quiet day, and it's going to be the passing game that goes off in this one here. In fact, let me read you a couple numbers here about Travis Kelce, because he is on pace for breaking an NFL record on National Tight Ends Day, mind you. So Travis Kelce needs 48 yards to tie his single-game career high for receiving yards. He has 191 yards against the Chargers in his career. That's the highest he's had. He needs 48 yards to tie that. He needs 72 yards to break Shannon Sharp's NFL single-game record for receiving yards by a tight end, which, oddly enough, that happened exactly 22 years and 2 days ago in Kansas City. Chiefs-Broncos 0-2, if you guys remember that one. So there's a possibility we could see a record broken in Kansas City. How wild would that be for the 2 best single-game performances by a tight end to both be in Arrowhead? One by a visiting player, and obviously this one would be Travis Kelce's record. So he's got a chance. He's already got 143 yards. Feels like a lot more. If he wasn't interfered with on that play right before halftime, he probably would have close to 160 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns too. So, no, it would just be 1 touchdown. That last touchdown was pretty cool though, where they gave it to him, and he got the big push from the offensive line. And Jim Nantz was joking about Taylor pushing him, Jawan Taylor, that is. By the way, speaking of Taylor, Jawan Taylor, that is, what a game for him. For all the criticism people have had about Jawan Taylor all year long, he is dominating Khalil Mack at the line of scrimmage. Patrick Mahomes has not been sacked once in this game. Has anyone talked about Nick Bosa and Khalil Mack in this one? Sorry, I said Nick. I meant Joey. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack in this game. Khalil Mack's been on a tear the last 2 games. 7 sacks in the last 2 games for Khalil Mack. Now, I would expect at least 1, maybe 2 sacks, but this is not the type of game anyone thought the Chargers would have, where they would go off and get Patrick Mahomes to the ground on this one. So a great game all around for the Chiefs. Defensively, yeah, they've had some struggles here, and I said they would. I said it on the podcast. I said it this morning, and I said it on our Red Friday live chat that the Chiefs defense, this would be the toughest game for them. And what was my score prediction? 34-27. Obviously, the Chiefs have not allowed more than 21 points in a game this year. And my prediction was that 27 points obviously would be the highest that this team had allowed in a game all year. And you look at what this team is doing, sure, yeah, defense defense not playing as well as they have all year, that's okay. It's going to happen. This is a very good Chargers offense. So what you need is for the offense to step up, and they're doing exactly that. The stat line, 321 yards off 20 completions, 20 of 23 passing. I think he has 2 incompletions to Mecole Hardman and 1 to Scantling. Other than that, Patrick Mahomes has just been dominating on the field today. Justin Herbert has 1 less completion, but obviously not as many yards as Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs, and you look at the total offense for the Chiefs. This will be the last stat line I read. I'll read a couple of comments here because I know a lot of you guys have a lot to say. Total yards, Chiefs 333, Chargers 233. So the Chiefs 100 more yards, total yards than the Chargers in the first half. So very wild, very wild. Yeah, offense is showing out. I agree. Yeah, second week in a row, the Chiefs are playing a bad defense. Obviously, they didn't show up last week. This week, they're doing much better. Much, much better. I think they've been listening to your videos after the game about the wide receivers, seeing changes. Yeah, look, it is a bad defense, but you got to start somewhere. I'll take it anytime. And let's, by the way, we haven't mentioned this guy's name yet, Rashee Rice. What a game for him. Obviously, Travis Kelce is having the bigger game. Let me get rid of this comment. But Rashee Rice, he's obviously gotten involved in this one as well. Got a touchdown for the Chiefs. The second one, the first one was to MVS, but Rashee Rice, 4 catches for 48 yards. MVS has 2 for 78. I didn't mention his stat line, but Rashee Rice, man, I mean, this guy, I think, we've already learned this through 6 weeks, but now this game, if it provides any additional information about Rashee Rice, all it does is just prove that this guy has to be your primary wide receiver moving forward. We'll see Mecole Hardman. Obviously got to get acclimated. 0 catches on 2 targets there. Hopefully he gets involved in the game at some point because I think the Chiefs need him to continue the dominance. But, man, would not surprise me if they just continue going to Kelce because he is having quite the game. Let's see. Can we talk about that sweet touchdown celebration between Taylor and Brittany? Yeah, that was pretty cool. A lot of haters, obviously, not happy about that. Logan is not happy with Justin Ross. Ross just isn't getting it done, which he did. I mean, what does he have? Like, was that penalty on Ross? Was that the only time he was targeted? I mean, listen, I don't judge players on very few opportunities. I just don't think that's a fair way to judge players here. Yeah, a lot of you guys talking about Justin Ross. Not happy about him. Yeah, we've been. I agree, Raymond. Took a little bit of time. Again, this is the 31st ranked defense, but sometimes you need games like this to turn a corner, and let's hope that this is going to be the case because that bad defense you played last week, you're going to be playing them again very soon before you play the high-powered Miami Dolphins. He's only getting 10 yards. You're probably referring to Kelce. Oh, boy. Let's see here. We'll read a couple more. Myron says the Bolts offense is playing hurry up on the Chiefs on third down, preventing substitution. Yeah, and that's a very smart thing. You're seeing some teams do that this year. I've noticed that because whenever an offense it goes through a substitution, even on a no huddle, you'll see the referees stop they will hold the center in place on those no huddle attempts, those hurry up attempts, because the rule is if the offense substitutes players, the defense has to do it as well. And offenses try to be very sneaky about that sometimes, but the referees are always on top of that one. Let's see. Trace says we got to dominate the second half. I'm worried about the defense in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean, defenses do get very tired as the game goes on. Teresa also mentioned needing to get some stops. They had one towards the end there, which was good, giving the Chiefs the lead. And by the way, the best part, the Chiefs do get the ball to start the second half, which is starting very soon. So I'm going to get out of here. Hey, come back after the game. We will recap this game between the Chiefs and the Chargers. There's a strong possibility of a record to be broken by Travis Kelce. That would be great on National Tight Ends Day. We'll talk about that and much more after the game. All right, appreciate you guys joining me for this halftime live stream. Enjoy the rest of the game.